I'm a big believer that the church problem in Kenya, particularly our political theology, is grossly unexplored and defined, not articulated well. Like, how do we engage as followers of Christ in politics? So I started reading this book edited by Ben Knighton, Religion and Politics in Kenya, and the history is just amazing. So let me just share a kidogo bit so that can give us perspective as to what's happening even right now with Ruto. During the Moi era, during most of his rule, Kenya state media continually portrayed Moi as a God-fearing leader guided by his Christian principles of peace, love, and unity. In the early 90s, every Sunday evening, the first item of KBC television news, sometimes taking half the time devoted to national news, was Moi's attendance at church that morning. Sometimes he was just shown singing hymns and listening attentively to the sermon. At other times, the exercise was far less subtle. One Sunday in February 92, at the height of the debate over the introduction of multi-party democracy, Moi attended the Redeemed Gospel Church, RGC, and that evening, KBC News carried lengthy coverage of the sermon of Bishop Arthur Kitonga, the church's founder. He was shown preaching, "In heaven, it is just like Kenya has been for many years. There is only one party, and God never makes a mistake." He continued, "President Moi has been appointed by God to lead the country, and Kenyans should be grateful for the peace prevailing. We have freedom of worship. We can pray and sing in any way we want. What else do we need? That is all we need." Church and politics, folks. Nothing new under the sun. The bishop told his flock to stay out of politics, to shut up, accept the present leadership, and prepare to go to heaven. Moi then spoke for 15 minutes, stressing the freedom of worship he allowed in Kenya, and noting that some of the newly formed opposition parties would not allow this because they believed in witchcraft. Others visit witch doctors, while we in Kanu believe in the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Other gods do not appeal to Kanu. Sounds familiar. After the politicking came the fundraising. Moi contributed 400K, and from the entourage he brought with him, the VP and Minister of Finance, George Saitoti, gave 20K for cabinet ministers, and the Nairobi Kanu chairman and the Nairobi police chief each gave 10,000, and 3 assistant ministers and the AG 5,000 each. Few seem to question how robust was the rule of law where the police chief and attorney general could regularly contribute thousands of shillings to good causes, or how the nation's finances were controlled when the Minister of Finance could make similar contributions. Bishop Kitonga became a cheerleader for Moi just after Moi had threatened to ban the NCCK for advocating political reforms. Kitonga issued a statement lambasting religious leaders ganging up in a conspiracy against the political leadership. He stated that church leaders should not use the house of God to hatch rebellion and scheme. He criticized them because they had deviated from the original teachings in the Bible and the practices of the early church. Their agenda seemed to have changed from winning souls for Christ to fight for materialism, and he detected in them a spirit of rebellion, and found a large part of the church embroiled in political controversies that have no spiritual or theological basis at all. He threw in Romans 13:1, "Let everybody be in subjection to authority."